Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. I don't think we're all here, so no one has to be excused. The minutes from the last meeting, October 25th, have been circulated. How do you wish to handle them? Kelly?
Motion to approve as presented.
Kelly moves. Any discussion? All in favor? Any post-agenda items? Seeing none, could we have an adoption of the agenda, please? Tracy moves. All in favor? Okay, we go on to the development report. I think it was a short one, just 2 items. Are there any questions? Yes, Anne-Marie.
One of them is commercial operation. What is that?
Used car sales.
Okay, yes, sir.
It's where J&A Eavesdrop is, behind the on your way to Dutchess in J&A Eavesdrop. It's in that lot. That's where it's going to be. Same. Yeah.
Okay, seeing no other questions, we will take it as information and we'll go on to subdivisions. Diane?
Great, thank you. We've got 2 this morning. So the first one is 2018-0-159. And the purpose of this application is to subdivide an approximate 8-acre portion of an unsubdivided quarter section containing existing residence and improvements and consolidate it with 2 existing adjacent titles to create a new parcel of approximately 52 acres. Again, the quarter to be subdivided is the southeast of 182115, and it's in Division 7, 1 mile north and 1 mile east of the village of Rosemary. So there's been a subdivision sketch submitted with the application, and the dwelling and all improvements are contained within the proposed lot. There are 4 historic dugouts located on the proposed lot, and so waivers to that property setback line could be a consideration with approval. Water for the existing dwelling is from the county rural water line, and we have a septic tank and field at this location. Access to the parcel is from the county road to the south, and the residual both appear to have access to the county roads. Information has been submitted from the AER. There are no abandoned wells. There are wetlands on this one, but they're outside of the proposed parcel, and there's no historic resources. So when we circulated this, we did get responses back. So Jeff Tiffin said that Municipal Service Department has no issues or concerns with the application. Fortis does not require any easements. TELUS has no objections. Eastern Irrigation District actually has no conditions for this one. And Alberta Transportation has indicated there's no concerns. So I'm recommending approval based on payment of outstanding property taxes and consolidation of the parcels. Any questions?
Yes, Brian.
That little parcel in the middle, you said previously unsubdivided quarter, and I'm just curious what that is. I know the property. I'm just trying to figure out how that fits.
It's one of those interesting ones where when we have a parcel that's straddling a quarter line, I tend to look at it to see where's the majority of the parcel coming out of. So that previous subdivision, the majority of it appeared to be from the other portion. There's just a very, very small sliver that came out of that one. So I considered it unsubdivided at that point. The other thing to consider is we actually had, when we look at title density, we're actually, even though we're subdividing that particular quarter section, we're also gaining less titles per quarter because of the consolidation and ensuring that we have legal access to everything. So in that whole consideration, I would consider it unsubdivided.
Anne-Marie?
My question is about the dugouts. Where you're suggesting to give a waiver to the location of the dugout. And I was wondering if this would be a good time to clean it up. If the dugouts are not used, if that was a question you've asked the landowner, if we could just clean it up now rather than giving a waiver.
I did not ask with regards to how if they're still using the dugouts, those types of things. I did get a call from one of the adjacent landowners, and if you can see on the subdivision sketch prepared by Midwest, I believe, you can see that there is actually one of the dugouts is on the subject property, but is actually utilized and is under easement to the other property. So that one I'm pretty sure we wouldn't want to touch, but I did not have a discussion with the other ones.
Ellen?
I do believe that they are being used because of the animals on the property. And, but I don't know for sure. I didn't speak with them, but I drive by there all the time. And it does seem that way. So I'd like to make a motion to approve with conditions.
Any further discussion? Ready to vote? All in favor? That is passed. Go on to the next one.
Thank you. This one probably looks familiar. It's 2018-0-166, and we've recently done a rezoning on this property. So again, the purpose of this is to create one new parcel of approximately 56 acres in size from lands legally known as Block 4 Plan 9611035, which is proposed to be consolidated with an existing 2.33 acre parcel legally known as Lot 1 Plan 9010909. They're all within the east half of 291914 and the southeast of 321914. It's in Division 10, about 3.5 miles north of the city of Brooks and adjacent to Highway 873. So again, as mentioned, we did a rezoning on this, which was bylaw 1924-18, which was to accommodate the subdivision of the application. There is a waiver required for the minimum parcel size. Our small holding parcels are to a maximum of 40 acres. This will be larger at 56 acres. But as council has already approved that rezoning, there's some merit to that waiver. So again, access to the parcel is from 873, and there is comments from Alberta Transportation. There are no abandoned wells on the subject land. There are wetlands, again, but they're not affecting the parcel, and there's no historic resources. So this is an interesting one as well. You'll see a condition for reserve on this one. When the subdivision of the 2.33 acres was taken in or approved in 1990, they did take the reserve on that 2.33 acres. So now what we're doing is putting that back into the larger piece. What's interesting is the Municipal Government Act doesn't allow us to take reserve on anything greater than 40 acres. So what I'm suggesting is that we put a deferred reserve caveat on that's reflective of that payment, so we don't lose in the future if they ever come back, that they don't owe on the 56 acres, they will only owe on the 52 point whatever. Again, I don't do math well, but it's to ensure that there's just a placeholder on there. So through our referral process, Chalice has no objections, EcoGas has no need of a right-of-way, Eco Pipelines has no objections, and Alberta Transportation has given the waivers, and they do not require service road. So that's a bonus. So I'm recommending approval based on that deferred reserve caveat being in place, that outstanding property taxes be paid, and that the subdivided portions be consolidated. And also under informative B is the waiver of the maximum parcel size.
Thank you, Diane. Are there any questions? Seeing none? Yes. Lionel?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Lionel makes the motion to approve. All in favor? And that is also passed. No post agenda items, nothing in camera. We have an information item, from the County of Wheatland. Are there any comments or questions? Anne-Marie?
On page 5 of 7, there is a Q added or changed. And Q says cannabis cannot be smoked or consumed on premises of the facility. Well, it's private property, so how can they put that in there?
It says that it can't be consumed on a production facility. So I'm assuming they don't want the workers there consuming it while they're working.
But if it's a private property and I allow it, how can a municipality have a bylaw?
The municipality can say on a commercial operation for production facility that there will be no consumption. If they put that in a bylaw, I'm thinking that it's part of the bylaw. Do you have anything to add?
It may not be correct, and it could be challengeable, but you can put whatever you like in a bylaw. So again, it wouldn't be my recommendation to do that. I think you'd want in your land use bylaw to only consider land use issues. I'm not sure the consumption of that is a land use issue. So again, it's not something we've considered. It's interesting to see what other municipalities are doing. I think our comments on this is pretty similar to what, minus that, what the County of Newell had looked at for cannabis facilities. So it's not unusual, but we'll see what happens. If there's a challenge or not, it'll be something to watch for.
Any other questions? If not, any questions in general? And I'll adjourn the meeting.